I finally got into the closed beta, and I spent hours trying to craft a single item. And I did not succeed. Let's talk about why. I do want to take a moment to be transparent about something. The Monsters and Memories team reached out and gave me access to the closed beta. I know there are mixed feelings about creators getting access like this, and I get it. It can feel unfair or like it wasn't earned. All I can say is I was waiting right alongside you. I was refreshing my inbox and hoping to get into the same lottery. So when this happened, it genuinely meant a lot. My goal with this access is simple. If you're not in the game, I want you to feel like you are. And I also have to thank you because many of you offered me your friend keys. Complete strangers offering something valuable with nothing in return. That kind of generosity is unbelievable. The only way I know how to return that is to just keep showing up and sharing everything I can. So thank you. Really, truly, thank you. So with my brand new, completely legitimate, definitely earned access, I made a decision. I decided to try crafting. I actually chose Jewelcrafting because obviously I like shiny things. What I didn't realize is that crafting in Monsters and Memories is not a casual hobby. It is a commitment. It is designed to be challenging, time-consuming, and a significant grind. Jewelcrafting is considered one of the more difficult professions, requiring substantial investments in time, materials, and coordination with other players. And I agree. I gave myself Jewelcrafting as a minor combat skill, so I started off with a skill increase and a jeweler's kit. I think starting off with a crafting skill is the way to go in this game. New recipes have high failure rates leading to lost materials, which makes leveling the skill slow and discouraging. So starting off with a crafting skill actually helps. You get that small boost early on, which you'll absolutely need. I think gathering skills like mining will increase naturally, so there's no need to start with one of those. To get started on the lapidary arts, I bought a mining pick and went out into the world to collect copper and gems. After accumulating a few of both, I decided to craft. Easier said than done. I visited the local jeweler to help me learn my trade. I bought Introduction to Jewelcrafting, which to my surprise was extremely informative. Copper and chipped gems are my ingredients of use, so I take my copper to the smelter to make bars. I'm able to craft rings, earrings, and necklaces. Each component used in the craft must be made of the same type of metal, and each craft requires wire. Wire is just regular copper bars, so I'm able to make a few of those. A few callouts about crafting bags. Number 1, there is a hammer on the side. This is not decorative, as I originally thought. If you click it, it opens to reveal recipes. Number 2, you don't need to put anything in the bag to craft. If you have items on your person and you click the recipe to craft it, it'll still attempt to make them even without you having to drag and drop individual components into slots. And number 3, you can use the bag while it's in your bank. It doesn't need to be on your person. This is very convenient because it can be difficult to manipulate bags. Holy moly, the devs gave us modern conveniences. We'd best not let this get out. Alright, back to my jewel crafting. The other components in my recipes required enchanted metal. Here's where my crafting journey came to an abrupt halt. I marched over to the enchanter to be indoctrinated in the mystical arts. I procured Introduction to Enchanting, fully expecting to be illuminated by some profound esoteric wisdom. Unlike the Jewelcrafting document, this document tells me, Step 1, magicify your stuff. Well, that's about as helpful as the in-game map. Left with no discernible path, I purchased the Tomb of Enchantment and the Disenchanting Cube. The tomb tells me I need bars and dust. I get the dust from Disenchanting, so I attempt to shove everything I find in the Disenchanting cube, but nothing disenchants. I'm told in-game that I can only disenchant items marked as magic. Here's where my gemological architecture ends. I get a harebrained idea to make an enchanter to enchant copper bars because I think that will yield a different outcome. Bless my ambitious heart for thinking that was gonna work. Meet Lachlan. He's a dwarf, because of course he is. This is actually Lachlan the Second. Lachlan the First fell through the world. We don't talk about him. So Lachlan the Second learned to enchant copper. And guess what, y'all? He still needs frickin' dust. Lachlan the Second was about to get deleted, but the world told me that enchanters don't fail on enchant copper, whereas my Tomb of Enchantment carries the failure risk feature. So we'll keep him around should I ever find any dust. So it was beginning to look like the video ends here. I spent hours mining and smelting and trying to figure out enchanting, and I have nothing to show for my efforts. I think that sums up crafting in Monsters and Memories. Fortunately, I had a generous friend, thanks Lachlan, who I can only assume took pity on my poor decision to make a jeweler. He provided me with enchanted bars. I was able to craft after all. So here's the deal. There are several varieties of chipped stones. I'll put the list on the screen, but this is a beta, so it's all subject to change. My success rate was about 66%. The boost I gave myself made the rings trivial, but other items still had high failure rates. Did I enjoy crafting? Yes, once I was able to do it. But in reality, if I had not been given the enchanted bars, I may have gone weeks before crafting my first item. That likely would have frustrated me. It's not like you can buy magic items, so you would need to find them via drops, which likely means camping named mobs, which are likely already contested. I also tried leather working on another character. I had some success with making bags, but they required a lot of leather to craft, and I still had failures. You can spend hours farming materials just to produce a few stacks of ingredients needed for a single recipe. And that recipe may still fail. This makes leveling trade skills slow and discouraging. It's just another time demand that Monsters and Memories requires. I enjoy the process, but I wasted a lot of time doing it. Until next time, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next world.
Ah, what's this shite? It appears I've fallen under the world.
Well, I fell under the magic spire place. But nothing's attacking me, so that's a bonus. I could petition a GM to move me, but I'm literally like 10 minutes old. It would take me as long to figure out how to petition and have a GM move me as it would just to delete this character and start over. Yeah, sorry Lachlan. I think your life ends here.